Hey everyone, welcome to the Mile High webinar. If you have not registered yet, because you've been living under a rock and you didn't know this was going on somewhere, August 21st to 23rd, the Mile High Chiropractic Movement bring a strong, vitalistic, foundational chiropractic message to the Midwest. You can register www.milehighchiro.org. I'm very grateful to be here with one of our amazing speakers. He's been one of my heroes in chiropractic for years, Dr. Dean DePice. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, glad to be here. Really grateful to be here.
Grateful. And we're grateful for you coming out. This year, Dr. Dean DePice was Sherman College's Chiropractor of the Year. That was pretty cool. And we saw that at Lyceum. I always get to see you at Lyceum. Let people know a little bit, because some people know you from TLC and they know you from the profession but may not know you. Can you share a little bit about you and how you found your way to chiropractic?
Well, chiropractic, I've been getting adjusted since I was a little child. Literally, I've been getting adjusted since I was a few months old. So chiropractic was always an informed choice for me. And chiropractic gradually helped shape all of my decisions. I think as one decision led to another, chiropractic is, when you really get it, it's an approach towards everything. And the principles of chiropractic are really principles of the universe. There's no principles that are privy just to chiropractic. The fact that there is no process that doesn't require time, well, if chiropractic was wiped off of the face of the earth, that's a fact.
Right.
So we can rest assured in the fact that the principles of chiropractic are really laws of existence. So the more intelligent anyone becomes in chiropractic, they really become more wise in everything they do. So chiropractic, I think, it's been a part of shaping me since I was born.
Awesome. And and you're a big supporter of Sherman College. You've been helpful with so many different movements in chiropractic, and that's one of the things that I love about you is how much you participate and engage in the profession, and you help so many doctors. When you have spent years now in the trenches in practice, having a family and kids, and also helping lots of doctors get achieve levels that they wouldn't have, what are some of the key things that doctors have to do to reach new levels in practice and to serve better?
Well, things Jen and I are really gaining a lot from is the more sincere that we're able to become with knowing that it's coming alongside people and loving them where they are that helps them heal and move forward. And it's not shoving chiropractic down their throat. It's not screaming chiropractic in their ears. It's coming alongside them and loving them beyond their fears and really helping them raise up their greatest story to move forward. And when I come alongside my CAs or I come alongside the TLC community, I may be taking time away from me or time away from things I want to get done. But ironically, when I come alongside others, somehow we all get twice as much done. So, it's really about the heart. One of the things we say a lot of times in TLC, at the heart of every matter is a matter of a man's heart. And, if we really don't understand our why and our heart's desire, anything we do is just a procedure, even philosophy. Right. Because we can spit philosophy out, but if we're not really in touch with love, if it's not really coming from a place of peace and joy, if it's not really coming from a place of kindness, it doesn't attract the masses the way it could.
Totally.
So I don't know, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, no, totally. And often even another word to that is authenticity. That,
yes.
That it's not just that you're doing a script, it's not that you're running a procedure, you or your staff, but you're authentic. This is important for this person that I'm trying to serve.
Yeah, well, now you struck something. Now you got me going. So one of the things we recognize that really helps our exchanges with doctors is to accept that there's a why, right? There's a heart's desire, or why. And in that bubble is also our principles, our why, our passion. And then in another bubble is our how, methods and our procedures. And what Jen and I discover, and all the advisors and coaches in TLC, is that if a man understands his heart's desire and his principles, then with wisdom and accuracy to his heart, he selects his methods and his hows. And if his methods and his hows are selected wisely, then in doing them, you defend and uplift your heart and your principles. So it's another safety pin cycle between our hearts and our methods. Yeah. And, it's a never-ending process of cleaning that up. That's why I love what you're doing. I mean, this is a place people are going to get to come to in just, whatever number of weeks, where we're all going to be there, and you're going to step away from the swamp. You're going to step away from the alligators that might be biting at you, or you're going to, be in an airplane above the storm, and you can look at the clouds from a safe place and say, oh, that's what I need to go home and work on in my practice. I've been unable to see that from inside the storm.
Right. And,
I'm so grateful that you're doing it.
And with people that are on the same vision and same mission as you, and that want to support each other, right?
Yeah.
Because we need that in chiropractic. And I got to tell you something. I am so enjoying looking at you and looking at the pictures behind you. And I got to tell you, one of the things that I know about you is how focused you are. I think I'm focused, but I know you're so much more focused. And here's why I say this. You may not remember this, but we're at Sherman College, we're at Lyceum, and I'm like all proud of myself that I go downstairs to exercise, to get on the treadmill or whatever it was before Lyceum starts and get in time. And I go down there, and you were already done with your workout and leaving. And I was like, hey, I thought I got up early and did this. I was like, Dean, he's already finished. I thought I was being the early bird. but
You were great. You were the only other one there, man.
Right. So the pictures behind you, tell us a little, because there's got to be a ritual behind this. There's got to be a story. Tell us about that for you.
When we chose where we're going to put the camera in this room, there's a beautiful stone fireplace over there. There's beautiful architected bookshelves over there. I chose this because I commonly just go and pick out pictures of people that provoke me and inspire me. And I put them up, and then I ask myself in the middle of situations that I might glance over at things. So I see this wall from my desk all the time. What would they do? What would be their response? And I want to emulate people who are very sweet in their 9 fruits. And one of the 9 fruits of life is self-restraint and discipline. And you look at a Michael Jordan, and certain people, you think of that. You look at a Gandhi, and you think of peace. And peacefulness and kindness and goodness. So I want to see people that emulate the 9 fruits of life, or at least a couple of them. And so I do that. And then every now and then, I'll put one of their quotes up. So on Bono's face, I had one of his favorite lines I have of all of his songs that says, if you want to kiss the sky, you better learn how to kneel. And so I always put a statement up. Denzel Washington's on another part of the wall, and it's the one where he says, my daddy, who was a pastor, always taught me that if you want to start your day right, when you go to sleep, you push your slippers way under the bed, because then you got to get on your knees to find them.
Yep.
So, whatever. And I don't know. Am I answering your question?
Yeah, totally. Because I think chiropractors need rituals in their life.
Oh, my God.
To succeed and keep the right mental space, the right headspace, the right heart of service. And it's something that's a big part of being successful in practice. Now, you're coming out to Mile High. You're going to do an hour. You're doing one of our... Yes, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be
Just say yes.
Yes. Colorado's beautiful. And
yes.
Yeah. And you're doing an hour. You're doing one of our continuing education hours. What is some of what you're going to be sharing? Give us a sneak peek.
Well, we have 18 hours of CE curriculum written in the TLC house that I go on the road and teach. They always get rewritten. Every 1 to 2 years, we rewrite them. The title has been consistent for some time. It's called Health Reform, Self-Reform. It's about the clarity that no reformation can happen unless the individual goes through reformation themselves. So it's health reform through self-reform. And that's true for any doctor in practice. If your practice is ailing, it comes back to you. And I don't want, I don't do that so we can point blame fingers at chiropractors, but the fact is it's you. Right. And so the same is true for our nation. And rather than point at, how tragic the American situation is, how we're bankrupt financially, we're bankrupt physically, and we're bankrupt familially, what I'd rather talk about is what do we need to do individually. And I love what you said. You're amazing. You have a lot of power as a communicator, and one of your powers is how just, unarguably humble you are about everything. You're putting me on this pedestal of this or that, but you got this down. And if we just take simple little disciplines that are simple, that protect our virtue and our choices, then our virtue and our choices guide us to better disciplines. It's this beautiful sequence. And in Health Reform, Self-Reform, I'm going to talk about how, you, as a doctor, need to bring that to the streets of your town, how you need to bring it into your daily disciplines. And, I'm going to make sure that we contribute something that take away. One of the things Jen and I say is when a talk is done, the audience should be able to say, here's the 3 things I took.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things people loved about Mile High the last couple of years is the speakers. I mean, not only were they the best of the best, but they also didn't just do a rah-rah spiz and have this empty inside. People took away stuff, and they had
Yes.
tools that they could use in the office, and that's what we want. We want people to feel like, wow, I got so much value from this and things that I can utilize and communicate and have a better impact in our community.
Yeah.
We need to transform this Midwest area that has been so allopathically minded in chiropractic to closer to chiropractic. So I'm really
Yes.
grateful you helping us do that.
Thank you. Thank you. What you've done there, we can't do enough of in our profession. I was just on the phone with a leader of a group, and they were looking at my curriculum for their state convention. And through the course of 3 days, I'm doing the only 2 hours that isn't about either insurance reimbursement,
Oh,
compliance and documentation, emergency intervention behaviors for a doctor to protect his license, all of this, and they're bringing me in then to talk about research and development that validates the facts behind the efficacy and usefulness of chiropractic care. I'm the only one. It should be that states should be required that unless 3/4 or at least half of the curriculum is on uplifting and validating the facts behind the usefulness of chiropractic,
right.
their house is shut down.
Yeah.
And at Mile High, you wouldn't get shut down. You get a requirement to bring everyone in the profession in that house.
Totally.
Really.
Totally. Well, I'm psyched to have you out here just so people know, how do people find you if they want to find you? If they want to get to see you more between now and Mile High, how do they look you up?
Well,
What website?
usually, if you want to find me, I'll look like this. I'll be staring at the wall. No, if you want to find me, just call me, 215-657-1701, or visit the TLC website. There's amazing free downloads of great conversations. Or look me up on Facebook, TLC, the number 4, superteams, plural.com. We're there, and the TLC community is really alive and well, and it's a movement. It's not a management course.
Yes, and there's great people in the TLC movement. I know a number of them that I'm close friends with, and they just love it, and you're doing great things with it. So we're psyched to have you out. If you want to see Dean DePice in Colorado, a mile above sea level, okay? Who's that? Who you pulling off? There you go. Love it. Love it. So if you want to see Dean DePice a mile above sea level, okay, chiropractic with attitude and altitude, register www.milehighchiro.org. August 21st, 23rd, we'll see you all there.
Great. Thank you, Dan.